Hey, good evening. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys all had a really good Thanksgiving. I did. I didn't do it at home. That made it better, but I did have a good time. I don't know why it seemed so much easier this time to actually actually cook and have all these people around and stuff. I was surprised that my back and legs and stuff didn't hurt me the last couple of years, man. I thought, like, shit, man, I'm too old for this. But it was easy. So I thought I'd have cocktails come out here, see how you guys' Thanksgiving went. I didn't come on much this week. I don't remember if I went live Wednesday. Belora was gone, and she is flying back from visiting her family, and that is kind of cool. And I sent Bobbles back home, and my cats are going crazy in the house. So if you hear loud crashes and noises, it's probably not me. It's probably the cats. Um, I don't know what your week's going to be like. Talk about mine a little bit. We're going to go camping. In Florida. It's camping season, and so we'll be heading to the middle of the state for 3 days, starting on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to it. I need some time in the woods. Sagittarius is crave the outdoors and crave travel, but I got a Taurus moon, man, that keeps me anchored a lot of times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this camping trip in altered states of consciousness. Plus, it's my birthday coming up, like 2 weeks after we're there, so I'm gonna be with a lot of people that live in different parts of the state that I don't normally get to see. So that'll be actually my birthday party will be happening at this festival. And then tomorrow I'm going to get my hair cut and colored. It's time because you can see this is what's left of it. Haven't done it in a year. That's the last time I did my hair was a year ago. My stylist is expensive and I don't like to hook up with him unless I'm gonna get some serious stuff done, just a haircut and stuff. I probably should go and he's gonna give me shit about it, but stuff happens. And I'm still, I'm going to put this out there because not that it's any of my business or my world isn't shaped or made different by any of this stuff. Man, there's just been a lot of stuff going on the YouTube tubes about all this stuff with Molly Golightly and Nonsense and other creators. So I really am truly trying to understand the crux of that. Oh, and before we go any further about that, and hopefully I don't lose my train of thought because I'm really good at doing that, grab a drink, hit the like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, make a comment, do something. I would love to hear from you. I'm really surprised. I wonder why I can't post comments. That's crazy. Oh, I guess not from. That's crazy. Okay. Um, so the Molly Golightly thing. Um, my take on this. First, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened with her and why some people say that she's a scammer. So recently, from other pages, I have heard something to do with St. Jude's Children's Hospital and money that was supposed to be donated that I don't guess got donated. I don't know, but I would like to know what that deal is. I would like to know why Nonsense always comes on her page and posts stuff and says she has all these receipts and then never shows them. I don't understand that. Then there's also the fact that it seems to me that there are some people that seem to be a little afraid to say anything about Molly, and that comes from people having their pages struck. And if you aren't a YouTube creator and you don't know what that means, because I had to be a creator to understand what that meant, was that if you, if somebody says that you're using their proprietary property and it's not, you have not asked for permission, they can actually petition petition YouTube to have you either take the stuff down or shut your channel down or make it so it's almost like when you get in trouble on Facebook and they shut you down for a while. It's that kind of thing. And so I've seen where people have gotten their channels struck, and actually people had to start new channels because she supposedly, I don't know this to be fact, this is just what I've heard, has gotten people shut down for that. So I'm just curious, if what people know that I don't about those things. I am totally not afraid of anybody, and in fact, I mind my P's and Q's on YouTube way more, or I mean, yeah, than I would any place else. And I would say more things. In fact, even when I'm sitting in chats, I have a really hard time opening my app and saying things about people when I don't agree with them. Mostly because I don't really want to get into a fight with anybody's minions. So if Nonsense were to see this video and take the moment to explain to me, I would first and foremost say to her that I am not a huge Molly Golightly fan. Honestly, can only take her in small doses. In the beginning, when I first started watching her, I thought she was kind of funny and interesting. And but the thing is that she said and done some things that I have found questionable. And one of those things that I've seen was she spoke about somebody who was older, in a very derogatory way. It was like age shaming. And I don't go for that. And also, I've seen her go after other women's looks. And I've seen her appropriate other cultures' ways of speaking and things like that. And so I found plenty of things that I felt like you could go after and actually have receipts for if you wanted to, other than just saying you have receipts and then never showing what those are. And honestly, if Nonsense has shown receipts and I missed them because I've sat through hours of her content and I still don't see anything, showing me out of context chat logs don't help me. I have said over and over again it would be really cool if somebody could break down from the beginning how all of the stuff happened with, in particular, because it seems to me that Marvon McRae's story was where it all started to get a little crazy, that they just, for whatever reason, people said that she was grifting and making a mockery out of what happened to him. And I'm just going to say straight up that I think that a lot of people grifted off of his story and made a mockery out of what happened with him. And it wasn't just him, it wasn't just her. There were plenty of people. But the part that I don't understand is if Molly did the things that Nonsense is saying she did, then why does the family continue to have contact with her? Because as recently as the last 30 days or so, she was in contact with his father, and I'm pretty sure with Miss Letitia, who is Marvon's mother. And my whole thing has been that nobody really knows what's going on or who has the right to do anything, because we've never heard from anybody that has actual access to Marvon. That the only person that is Dre, and Dre's not talking. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know where this all started from. And there's there's a girl that I can't remember what her name is. She was on Flava's channel the other day, and she has a lot of things that she said had happened to her at the hands of Nonsense and Molly, and that she says that she could prove who Nonsense is, because Nonsense flies under the radar and doesn't let anybody know who she is and has a moniker, and not who her real identity is on there. I'm going to go to my Live Life Whimsically page, because I don't understand. It's saying that that people cannot comment on it, and I don't know why that is. I can that is so weird to me. Can So when you, I can, on my Facebook profile, no one can reply, but on a Facebook page and my YouTube channel, they could. Hmm, that is so weird to me. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, yeah. Um, what are you guys drinking tonight? I'm drinking a vodka soda. Are the holidays difficult for you? Because they're difficult for me, man. I have a hard time with all the food because I really like it. And I try to eat as clean as possible most times, but man, when the holidays come up, the shit gets tough and my brain goes crazy and I don't know how to handle it. If you come up with a way that would just be awesome to me, I would love it. So I have this little story here I want to read to you guys too. I do real estate work and I found this on Yahoo Finance. It's about mortgages and people that are having a rough time wanting to get them. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I think it was like 6 or 7% that I saw. Was the recent one from last week was the interest rate. People are kind of freaking out over all of that. You know, like, oh my gosh, should I even get a, um, a mortgage or not? I don't know if I should do it or not. And oh, there I am. So I don't know why everybody kind of freaks out over this interest rate the way it is. Is when I got my first mortgage in the mid '90s, it was 6%, and you know it's not going to get any lower for a while. Probably go a little bit higher. But here's the thing: in 4 or 5 years, it's going to be low again, and you could refinance. So anyway, let me just go ahead and read this because we'll read it and react to it together real time because I didn't really read it all the way through, but it looked like a good article. And this is in Yahoo Finance and it was written by Sarah Lewis. So while turkeys and pies were significantly more expensive this Thanksgiving season, oh my gosh, guys, did you have a hard time finding turkeys? Because I did, and that was so expensive. It was like $20 for this turkey. I couldn't believe it. Americans do have something to be thankful for. Mortgage rates are continuing to slide. Okay, see, so they're coming down. Borrowing costs first plunged after October's encouraging inflation rate data revealed consumer prices rose by 7.7% in October, slower than economists had predicted. But don't celebrate just yet. Many experts still believe more Fed rate hikes could swing average mortgage rates back up into the 7% range in the coming weeks. Again, it's really not the end of the world. Home shoppers this year have had to contend with nearly 3 times the mortgage rate volatility of a typical year. With the inflation and economic outlook continuing to evolve and the Fed continuing to observe and react, volatility may very well worsen before it begins to improve, writes Danielle Hale, chief economist at Realtor.com. Look, at Realtor.com is a lobby, just so you know. Markets have interpreted October inflation data to mean that the Fed has won. However, Fed decision makers have made it clear that they view this victory, 1 month's inflation data, as one battle in a longer term war that is not yet over. 30-year fixed mortgages. The average 30-year fixed rate mortgages dipped to 6.58%, Freddie Mac reported Wednesday. Last week, the 30-year rate averaged 6.61%, and a year ago it was at 3.10, so they've doubled in a year. This drop in rates could provide a window of opportunity to buyers trying to save on their monthly payments, says George Radu, manager of economic research at Realtor.com. Following generally high mortgage rates throughout the course of 2022, the recent swing in buyers' favor is welcome, writes Radu. It could save the buyer a median price home listing more than $100 per month relative to what they would have paid when rates were above 7% just 2 weeks ago. 15-year fixed rate mortgages. The average 15-year fixed home loan also slid from 5.98% last week to 5.90 this week. A year ago at this time, the 15-year rate averaged about 2.42%. Despite the lower rates, many buyers may still remain priced out of the housing market. A long-term housing shortage is keeping home prices high, even as the number of homes on the market for sale has increased. And buyers and sellers may find it more challenging to align expectations on price when the cost of financing is fluctuating so much this way too. A cooling rental market in which rent growth is moving back toward historical norms may offer a hesitant home buyer a refuge from which to regroup and perhaps reevaluate their plans for the new year. Rental growth has slowed for the ninth month in a row, according to Realtor.com, with the median asking rent in the country's 50 largest metropolitan areas dropping to $1,734, which is really a good thing. For real, it is. Rapidly slowing market breaks more records. Pending sales plunged over 32% in October compared to the same time last year, making the biggest decline on record, according to Redfin's latest monthly report. And almost 60,000 home purchase agreements fell through, a record 17.9% of the deals that went under contract. Nearly a quarter of homes for sale experienced a price cut as well, double last year's rate. The Fed's actions to curb inflation are causing the market to slow at a pace not seen since the financial crisis, said Redfin economics research lead Chen Zhao. Economics. Well, I know I'm saying that wrong. There are already early but promising signs that inflation is cooling, which caused mortgage rates to drop last week. If that progress continues, buyers who recently backed out of deals may return to the market and sellers may be less inclined to slash their prices. However, the Fed has said more rate hikes may be on their way, though they may not be as aggressive as previous increases, which could kick mortgage rates up yet again. That's because they artificially stimulated the market 2 years ago, and now they're trying to bring it back to where it should have been. And I think they thought that when the rates were going to go up, that would make prices of homes go down, and that did not happen. Mortgage applications continue to rise. Mortgage applications have climbed another 2.2% from last week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. The decrease in mortgage rates should improve the purchasing power of prospective homebuyers, who have been largely sidelined as mortgage rates have more than doubled in the past year, says Joel Kahn, Vice President and Deputy Chief Economist at the MBA. While finance activity picked up 2% from the previous week, it's still 86% lower than at this time last year. So that's what's happening with the mortgages. I just thought that was kind of interesting and that I should tell you guys about that. And if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell any real estate anywhere in the United States, but in particularly in Florida, please hit me up. I would love to help you. So let's move on. The vodka is starting to kick in. So I said I was drinking vodka and soda, but that's not entirely true. It's vodka and spiked seltzer. So it's a little kick to it too as well. I only put one little shot in there. I don't think I'm going to drink very much because I have to get up in the morning and do my thing. And I don't really want to have issues with me trying to sit in a friggin' chair, for 15 hours. So yeah, I don't know what everybody's doing. It's just a weird holiday season. I really was not ready for this camping trip. I was not in the right frame of mind for it. But I'm feeling like I can handle it now, where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. I have a lot of things coming up in my personal life, and I really wanted to do this new moon ritual on Wednesday this week, and I didn't plan that well either. I wrote it all out and everything and got ready for it and didn't even do it because I ended up being at Bobble's mom's, and I wanted to be alone when I did it. But I think I'm going to write stuff out. I'm going to take my book of shadows with me to the salon tomorrow, and I'm going to draw out and write out things, and some of it I'm going to keep, and some of it I'm actually going to toss in the fire at the ritual or at the campsite. I feel like that's a good place to leave some of the stuff I need to leave. I'm not very proud of myself because this is the second time in 32 years that I've had a marriage that failed. There are a lot of reasons for that, and I don't really want to get into those now. A lot of trauma in my life that had to do more with my parents than it had to do with me, but they left me with a lot of baggage. So I really wasn't prepared for what life was. So, somebody was talking about it today and saying, isn't it funny how your whole life, this is how they prep you. You're told what to do your entire life. And then they hand you off when you're 5 or 6 years old to teachers that tell you what to do the whole next 12 years of your life. And then in between that, while you're being told what to do by your parents and by teachers, you get a job and those people are telling you what to do. And then suddenly, there are moments that come where you're supposed to be able to do things on your own. Even as a 61-year-old woman, I'm supposed to do things on my own, be able to take care of things on my own. When, in particular, growing up when I did in the late 60s, early 70s, you were really told what to do all the time and expected to, follow a guideline, if you will, of how a woman was supposed to grow up and what she was supposed to become. Really, you were handed off from parents to husbands, and they didn't prepare you well for taking care of your own self. And I kind of feel ripped off. But then I started also looking at things that Buddhists say about that kind of thing. And so when you're looking backwards, you can't be in the present moment. And if you're worrying about what's going to come, you can't be in the present moment. And so the only way to actually live within peace is to let go of your past and to embrace who you are in this moment. And so as I go to this fire this week and spend time at this festival, I want to live presently and fully in that moment and enjoy those people and nature and the things that are around me in that circle and leave some stuff there and burn it and leave it so that I can move on and actually, you know, um, live in the present. We all got to live in the present. And we got to come up with some better content for this channel. This week I won't be able, well, I could go live with Belora from Sarasota because that's where I'm going to go Wednesday. But I said I was going to go live so many times this weekend and I just never got around to it, so here I am. So yeah, I spent a lot of time today looking at Buddhist monks and trying to figure out how to live in the present and not worry about where I came from and where I'm going and what's going to happen next and will I be okay. And I don't know, guys. I really want to grow this channel. I know that. See that sheep behind me? That's going to be my toga this weekend. Good night, Peanut. Yeah, we're gonna have a little toga party on during the weekend at this festival. I'm gonna try to really enjoy it. I was not looking forward to it because I had a lot of crap on my mind, but that's again stuff that's gonna come in the future and thinking about things from the past and can't do that. Gotta live in the moment. It's so funny. I have so many people on Facebook that my page is huge over there, and these people say all the time, "I want you to go live," and then I go live and nobody's out here. That's okay. I said what I was going to do. I did what I said I was going to do, and probably gonna just buzz off because I was hoping that somebody would pop in and I could at least bring somebody on live with me, but that's not how it worked out, and that's okay because whatever happens, happens. It happens for a reason. All right, guys, try to live your life in the present this week, and I will try to come on. Well, I really appreciate that, Peanut. It does count. I thought you said you were leaving, so I was going to pop off, but if you're still here, I'll hang for a minute. What are you doing on this fine evening? How is your Thanksgiving if you celebrate? I just I got a lot of things I want to say, but I don't know how much of those things are appropriate for YouTube. And I'm very introspective tonight. I haven't been home in a few days, and like I said a little bit ago, I'm watching a marriage crumble around me, and filled out paperwork and stuff tonight to put those things into motion. And my Thanksgiving was awesome. What's going to happen tomorrow for you? I'm going to get my hair cut and colored, and it sounds funny, but my stylist is this artist that only schedules so many people a day, and you have to book out a month in advance. I actually booked this out last month on the 28th, and I'll be in the chair for almost 12 hours tomorrow. My kid's actually coming to get his haircut in between while I'm there. I take books, snacks, my phone charger, all kinds of stuff with me so I can be occupied. So what you prepping for? So anyway, yeah, I've been in this really crazy, funky mood. Oh, oh, so you're one of those people that has to deal with the public and their sales and all that stuff. I did that. I did that for a while. I also bartended for a really long time. I liked that better than working sales. Sales was hard now, and now I work sales because I sell houses. Yeah, you're gonna be really busy. You're gonna be really busy. But it's good, right? When you have work. I was busy for the last 3 months. I rocked out with a lot of. I had buyers coming out my rear end, and now I can't get anybody to do anything right now. In fact, I just read an article about the interest rates on mortgages, and I'm going to send that to my one seller I have because he's just really, really freaking out that we're not getting any bites on his property. It's higher end, so that's part of the problem. But anyway, yeah, I wish I was busy because being busy is good. That keeps you occupied. I've got things I need to be doing anyway, other than sitting in front of YouTube or playing video games. I'm gonna I'm gonna get a good night's sleep, get up early. I'm gonna make coffee tonight before I go to bed, so I smell that in the morning. Get up and get my clothes together for what I want to take with me, and just start anticipating the camping trip because that is going to be super fun. I like this time of the year. Only the weather is kind of strange for December. It should be way cooler, and it's just not. We had rain come in this afternoon, but I don't think that it's going to be much cooler than it was today, and we were in the 80s today. Let's see what's going to be like out there. So 83 on, no, see 73 on Thursday, 77 on Friday. At least and it's going to be in the 60s. Good sleeping weather for camping. But normally, this time of the year in the Tampa Bay area of Florida, it would start getting colder. That's very sweet of you, Peanut. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to have a good week, and you do that as well. And I will try to go live from the festival at some point so you guys could see the drum circle. It's awesome. So, but I think I am gonna pop off of here and start getting ready for bed. I know it's only 7:30, but I got some things I need to do. So come back, visit me, like and subscribe if you don't mind, and thanks for being here, Peanut. I appreciate the conversation. See ya.